Hello and welcome to Handsome Jack's Kitchen. My name is Chef Aiden. Today we'll be making a meal called Caribbean Style Oxtails. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Alright folks, I have my oxtails already washed and trimmed of fat here. I'm adding my pimento seeds, well, allspice as some would like to call it, some oregano, a little bit of black pepper. We're going to season all this on one side and then we'll mix it up and re-season again. You see there I have my seasoned salt by Lawry's, Oxtail Seasoning, which you can pick up at your local grocer or farmer's market. I'm adding in some ground thyme here. We'll be using fresh thyme as well. What you see there is a tad bit of Sazon. You don't want to go overboard on that, just enough. You see I have onion powder there and garlic powder. Remember, we're seasoning one side. That is Worcestershire Sauce. I just put a little bit of that. That is sea salt you see me using there. Now we massage that in, folks. Remember, show your meat some love. We've already massaged that in, so now we're going to repeat. That's soy sauce, folks. The mixture of Worcestershire sauce and soy sauce on oxtails is phenomenal. Here is the re-season. We're adding oxtail seasonings to the top of that, along with the onion powder and garlic powder mix we've just used. All of the seasoning ingredients we've used, we're just going to mix our meat up and put it on again on the other side so we can achieve maximum flavor. We're not overdoing it, folks. Remember, this is going to boil in water. So all those seasonings are going to flavor the liquid in the pot. All right. Now we take it to where we're adding in our browning sauce. We want our meat to have a brown flavory look to it. We want it to look beefy, folks. So get it to that color of brown that you'd be comfortable with. Don't be afraid to add a little bit more in there. All of this is going to make our oxtails look as they should. Mix that in. Show your meat some love, folks. Add your thyme in, fresh thyme that is. Get that going in there as well. There you go. And you want to sit that overnight if you can, or at least 2 hours before preparation. Now I'm going to infuse my oil with a clove of garlic. You want it to get nice and toasty brown. Do not burn it, otherwise your whole entire meal will have that flavor throughout it. All right, just enough to get toasty brown, and now our oil is infused. We can begin to add our meat. Put your pieces in there nice and evenly. You want all sides of your meat to get browned or braised, as they would call it. See the amount of oil I have in here. You don't really want to deep fry it or anything like that. Just enough to get each and every piece a nice beefy looking brown. Add your thyme in there as well. It will do no harm. It'll only create more flavor as it cooks within the oil. This is vegetable oil that we're using here, folks. Not olive oil. It'll burn too quick. All right, so I'm just going to keep adding in as long as I have room. And I'm going to keep turning as I go throughout the pan. I have it up at a nice flame, so it'll be sizzling and browning your meat. Look how good that looks now that we added our browning sauce. So we'll get even coloration all throughout this pot till it looks like you see here. And now we take it to our vegetables. We're going to cut these up. These are scallions here. I've grabbed 2 stalks. And we're going to add our half of an onion. We don't want to dice that. We want to just cut it up in nice little chunks. Get that ready to add into our pot. We added a 1/4 portion of water to this pot here. We're going to add our better than bouillon beef paste to the water that's already been boiling. We're going to add our vegetables to this and create our stock for the oxtails. Here we go. Our celery, our scallions, our onions. All right. We've entered our ingredients. Now we bring out our oxtails and begin to enter them into the pot. Space them out if you can. I have some nice sized ones here, so I'm just going to Spaced them out as best as I could. I'm going to bring them to a boil. You don't want to submerge them too much. You want to bring that to a boil where the boil will cover the tops of the meat. All right. That's the boil I mentioned. Let that go for about 45 minutes. Come back and check and stir. It's going to take a bit of time to cook these oxtails if they have a lot of meat on the bone. So I'm checking my oxtails. I'm going to put in some tomato paste. I need that liquid you see there that looks real thin to thicken up eventually. We're going to add some things in here to make our gravy with. So that's tomato paste. Get that through the pot evenly. It'll break itself down. And then add in our tomatoes. In this case, we have canned tomatoes. At times, I tend to use Roma tomatoes or plum tomatoes. I slice those up and put that in there. But this is a can of stewed tomatoes. Cover that up. Let that cook down and boil. That's been boiling for a while. Our secret ingredient has been entered, folks. Yes, it is ketchup. I'm using Heinz. I know some of you guys are a different brand lover. I grew up on that stuff. That's what I'm using. I'm adding in my carrots, folks. These things are healthy, you know. This meal is going to have a lot of vegetables in it. Be mindful of these carrots, how you slice them. If you cook them, if you slice them a little thin, they'll cook quicker, basically. I'm stirring that up. I like how that's coming along. We want to keep that boil going. Come back and check on your meat, folks. You do want it to be full off the bone, but you don't want to overcook your oxtails either. We'll cover that up. Look at that gravy. I've made coconut rice and beans as the side. You'll see cabbage as well. That's fried cabbage. I couldn't really get to a good Jamaican place where I live, so I learned how to make it. I brought the Jamaican spot to me. I hope you guys enjoy making it as well. Share it with your family. Like, subscribe, and share this video. And as always, love yourself and others. Peace.